Hey everyone, this is my first video about the gastric bypass surgery. I had mine on December the 14th, 2018. Today is January the 2nd, 2019. I'm a little nervous about making a video. I don't want to, mislead anybody, but I wanted to tell my experience about it. Before having the surgery, I had, researched for it about 5-6 years. Really was decided that this was the best thing for me. My highest weight was, I think, 345, and that was probably about 7 years ago. I decided to take this journey and do this surgery, but I had to get the insurance that would help with it, because there is a big cost to it, and it's different for everywhere, I know. But anyway, the biggest thing I wanted to talk to you about is, I had watched a lot of videos about people who had had the surgery, and they told me their experiences about it. It didn't really scare me off from having it, but it was had me a little worried about it. I just went to my first doctor visit since my surgery today, and that was just to my general practitioner, and she is leaving me off my diabetic medicine. I am no longer on my diabetic medicine ever since I was released from the hospital. I haven't had to take any of my anxiety medicine. The only thing that I'm on is my thyroid medicine, which I'll have to take that for the rest of my life because I have no more thyroid. I had it, half of it taken out in 92, but then it grew back, and then I had the radiation pill in 2005. So I don't have a thyroid anymore, so I'll be taking that medicine for the rest of my life. I take 2 multivitamins a day, which is a Flintstone chewable vitamin. I'll take a B12 for 3 days a week, 3 times a week. I decided to do it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so I would be able to keep up with that. And then in 2 more weeks, I'll start the calcium pill that I'll take, and I believe it's twice a day. I'll have to look on my records. But the biggest thing is I wanted to talk to you about my experience while in the hospital. I went in, a little nervous that morning, but I was perfectly fine. And that morning they had me 2 weeks before my surgery. Let me back up. They put me on the fasting shakes. So I just drank those. That was very, very hard. But, I managed it. I got through it. The morning of the surgery, they wanted me to drink a Gatorade, a whole Gatorade. Well, not a whole Gatorade. I guess it was the 12-ounce Gatorade. At 4 o'clock in the morning. And I had to be in the hospital by 6, and my surgery was scheduled for about 7:30. So I went in. I did everything I was supposed to. I followed all the instructions that Dr. Scott had me to do. I went into the hospital. They hooked me up on my IV. They gave me some pain medicine, I guess, to start relaxing me. I remember going into the operating room, telling my husband and my best friend goodbye, and I remember going into the operation room. I remember I guess it was the anesthetist. He was talking to me. He told me, he said, if you start feeling sleepy, go ahead and just, relax. It's no problem. So, needless to say, that's all I remember. I don't remember anything else at that point. So I woke up in the recovery room. I was worried about that I was going to be sick, and I was worried about, throwing up, and I was worried about my, just all these things about being sick. But my experience, the only thing when I woke up in the recovery room, I remember, and this is going to get a little personal, but I'll go ahead and tell it. I remember telling them that I had to use the restroom. So they helped me what they needed to do, and I remember also feeling sick. And I remember that getting sick, but yet I didn't, vomit. anything out. Then I passed back out and went back to sleep. And then hours later, which I don't remember what time my surgery got over. I don't remember what time I was in the recovery room. The first time I remember the time was when I woke up. And I remember my husband had been in my room when they brought me back to the room. And he had left to take my best friend home. And I remember that, I don't know if it was him or a nurse telling me that he would be back. I really don't remember. But anyway, so the first time I remember actually waking up and seeing the time was probably about 2 or 3, I think. It's hard to really remember, but I'm thinking that was about the time. And I woke up. I wasn't sick. I didn't feel nauseous. I didn't hurt. I wasn't in a lot of pain, which I was hooked up with pain medicine in the hospital. But my pain level probably on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. The whole time I was in the hospital, never reached more than 5 or 6. I mean, I really wasn't. I was sore. I felt like maybe how it felt to me is that maybe I had just exercised too much and I had strained a muscle or something. But it was a muscle. It was like my belly was sore, and that's what was hurting. From the time that they allowed me to, I was able to get up, go to the bathroom. Well, no help. My husband, he wanted to help me. He helped me up off the bed. Just a little bit, and that was mostly just because I was sore. I was up and down, no problem. Like I said, no pain. Of course, I was on pain medicine. And I remember I only stayed in the hospital overnight. That night, after my surgery, they had brought me my first meal, and it was just a little thing of Jell-O, best I remember, and it was this Pro Source pack. I didn't care for that. I tried it. It didn't taste good. But I was able to eat my Jell-O. It didn't hurt my stomach. It went down with no problem. I didn't feel nauseous. Of course, they was giving me pain. They was giving me medicine to keep me from getting sick. Then the next day, I slept really good without much pain. I was probably only up maybe 1 or 2 times going to the bathroom. The next day, the doctor came in the morning, asked me how I was doing, checked my incisions on my belly, asked me how I was doing. I told him I was, fine. I expected more pain, but I wasn't in pain, and I asked him about what level of pain medicine I was on, and he told me it was not a real strong dose, but I was on some pain medicine that I would be sent home with some pain medicine to take in case I need it. Okay, so that made me feel better because I thought, well, if I'm sitting here not in pain, I'm scared, if I go home, what if I get in pain and I don't have any, strong enough pain medicine to take? I'm not one to take pain medicine. I never have been. Like, usually it just knocks me out. Well, I was finally told as long as I ate good in the breakfast in the morning and I ate good at lunch, that he would release me. So he did. They started the paperwork. I think I got my paperwork and was able to leave maybe by 4:30. Yeah, it had to be in because we made it back to my town, which is like 45 minutes away, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away, to the pharmacy before 6, and got my medicine, my pain medicine, and they sent me home with pain medicine and nausea medicine. And they told me not to take any of my diabetic medicine until I saw my doctor again, which was today, January the 2nd. So, when the first week I came home, the first days I came home, I was out of it. It was hard to really stay awake the next day. I took my pain medicine when I come home that night, and because I was scared to start getting to hurt, and I wanted to be able to sleep. That pain medicine knocked me out. I mean, it knocked me out. I barely made it to bed. I think Terry, my husband, he had to help me into the bed. Well, the next morning I was scared. I wanted to stay awake. I didn't want to, I wanted to stay awake, see if I was in a lot of pain or anything. I didn't want to spend the whole day asleep. So I'd cut the pain pill in half, and I took just a half of the pain pill. And it knocked me out, and I said, I can't take this. So since the second day coming home, I haven't taken any of the pain medicine. I have not been in any pain. I feel like I'm doing pretty good today. Since my surgery, today I weighed in at 279, and that is 7 pounds less than when I had my surgery. But you got to keep in mind that was only a little over 2 weeks ago. So, my doctor said that was pretty good. She was happy, because she said that really losing more than 2 or 3 pounds a week is not really that healthy. Now, other doctors could tell people other things. I don't know. And other people may have lost more in the two weeks since their surgery. I can only tell you what I've experienced. I haven't had any hungry pains. From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep at night, I'm not hungry at all. Just like the doctor told me, I would have to pretty much make myself eat. I've been on a puree diet. The first 2 weeks I was on puree diet. I ground my food up. I ate my protein. Even though I wasn't hungry and I didn't want to eat, I only ate because they told me I needed to. But I really only managed to eat 1 time or 2 times a day. And that's not much food at all. And it's just a little amount that you're supposed to eat. I'm doing everything that the doctor told me to do. I haven't experienced any complications at this point. I'll go next week to see my doctor, which is Dr. Scott, at the Harbin Clinic. And I don't know if I'll see him or if I'll see his assistant, Heather, but either way, it's his office. And so I'll just give an update then. And I'll keep giving updates if you want to see the videos. Like I said, I don't want to mislead anybody about the surgery. I'll just explain anything that I'm experiencing. And if you have any questions or comments, or you want to ask me anything about the surgery from my understanding of it, I will be glad to help you with anything I can. Okay. Alright, I guess that's really all I wanted to put in the video. I really don't like making videos, but, I thought somebody suggested that I do it. And I thought, well, it'd be good to keep a documentary of it. And I do have a Facebook group page. If you would like to join it, you can send me a friend request on Facebook. It's fine. And then I can add you to the page. My name is Lisa Faith Langston Bragg. So you can just find me on Facebook and tell me that you're interested in, joining the group page. It's called The Journey to a New Me, is how, I don't know, it should be public. You should be able to find it, but if you have any problems finding it, you can always shoot me a message, and I'll put all my info in the description of this video, okay? Alright, well, like I said, if I don't hear back from anybody, then I know that nobody really, wants to know my point of view, and that's okay. I don't make things personal. I'm just looking forward to this year and being healthy and feeling better. And the whole reason I done this is because diabetes runs in my family, and it really scared me, and I want to be healthy for my family and just be the best I can be for them and be the best I can be for me. My go weight, just in case you want to know, is 160, sorry. I don't want to be just 260. I want to be 160. So that would be great. And right now I'm at 279. So we will see what this year brings. Alright, thank you. Have a great day.